Hello, collective. This is Tan for Artemis Oracle, and nobody's here yet, so that makes it easier for me to start my hidden truth reading. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a hidden truth reading for the collective. Then I'm going to have a yes or no question portion just for subscribers, and it has to be yes or no questions only, not current feelings. What are they thinking? How are they feeling about me? What is my future? I'm not doing those kind of readings. When I start offering personal readings, I will let you know how to reach me, and I will tell you how much it will cost, what the rules are, all that stuff. No legal, no medical, and no questions about tests, exams. You know, if you're asking questions about, am I going to pass my quiz? Am I going to pass my exam? Am I going to this? Anything that has to do with tests, that's letting me know you're not old enough to be on my channel. This channel is meant for adults only because I want to say viewer discretion advised, parental advisory advised, advised. Also, there's going to be some graphic language because sometimes I curse, and that's just a part of my vocabulary. You know, some people speak French. I speak cuss words. So let's see what the hidden truth message is for the collective. So this is for every single, the collective meaning any sign, regardless of your sign. And some or all the messages may resonate with you. The messages that don't resonate with you, don't try to force it. It's not meant for you. It might be meant for somebody else, since this is a general collective hidden truth message reading. Okay, once again, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. So we're going to see what the hidden truth messages are for the collective. And then I'll do the yes or no portion for subscribers only. So you have to be subscribed to my channel for at least 20 minutes, you know, for me to answer a yes or no question. Okay, so we have 3 cards here. I wish I had treated you better. I know I messed up everything. And I left when I saw you with someone. Okay. And then I couldn't let you get close to me. So someone feels like they had to protect themselves, guard themselves from you. Someone admits that they messed up, like they made a mistake, they didn't treat you well, they didn't respect you, they didn't respect your boundaries, they may have not been as loving and giving as you may have been in the relationship. Someone knows that they messed up. So for themselves, they may be holding themselves accountable for whatever they know they did wrong, know they could have done better in. But it says, I left when I saw you with someone. This person may have seen you with someone. That could be you too. Maybe you saw them with somebody and that may have caused you to walk away from them. Take the message as it resonates. Not all the messages are going to resonate with everybody. So some of them, all of them, or none of them will resonate, you know? But I couldn't let you get close to me. So this person may have a fear of intimacy, a fear of being vulnerable, and that could be why this person has built up some sort of boundary. But it could also be tied to someone being seen with someone else. So sometimes if you're interested in someone or you're dealing with somebody in any capacity in a romantic way, and you see them with another person, you can sometimes make an assumption that they may be messing around with other people. Or there's this assumption that you don't know who they are, who they're with, you know, and they could think that, oh, I saw you with somebody else, so you must be playing around, or you must not be taking me seriously, or that type of thing, right? But it could also be that, they don't know who you were with, so they're going to make some sort of assumption, right? They're going to be like, okay, for all you know, you could have been with your brother or your cousin, your niece, an uncle, your aunt or whatever, and they think that you were with somebody else, like someone that maybe had a romantic interest, but in reality, it was just a family member. That can resonate with some of you, you know, but that happens sometimes. You see somebody with someone, you're like, who's that? Oh, that's my sister. And it's actually their sister. It's not a pretend sister, you know? Sometimes it's like that. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Travel Co. So this person wishes they treated you better. So I want to know exactly what does that mean? Because it could be like someone was not the kindest, someone may have been disrespectful, someone may not have been as loving and caring and emotionally available to you as you were to them. So we can find that out. It's funny, I see the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So some of you may be dealing with a fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Typically Leo energy, because kings are the fixed sign. I hope everyone's having a great day. I know I am, because I'm choosing to make it a great day. I hope you're choosing to have a great day too, or evening, you know? Okay, so I wish I had treated you better. I wish I had treated you better. I wish I had treated you better. What is the I wish I had treated you better? Tell me about wish I treated you better. Someone broke somebody's heart. Somebody felt betrayed. Like unloved. Because the way she, like somebody was like, someone, I don't know, like look at that. You see her, she's like holding herself, trying to calm herself down. So someone may have felt like they were abandoned, like someone didn't really care about them, didn't really think about how their actions would affect them. Affect another person. So this is the Three of Swords. This is indicating like sadness, grief, heartbreak. This could be this person. You know, sometimes when you, I set up language advisory because I curse. Sometimes when people fuck up, they look back and they realize this could be this person. They broke their own heart when realizing that they didn't treat you the way they were meant to, the way you were supposed to be treated. You know, so there's an immense amount of regret coming from this person, or this could be how they left you feeling because they didn't treat you well. So it could be your feelings or their feelings. Or it could be both of you. What else? What did this person, how could this, yeah. Because whenever I see the Four of Cups, that's like, you know, you no longer, like whatever they did, they turned you off. They turned you off. This is the person that's like had fun. It was all fun and games and shit. But then they did something that like just turned you off. And it could be, you could be turned off because they hurt your feelings. They did something that hurt you, that you felt disrespected. But it was something that they did, something that they said to you. It could be something that they made you feel, or they could have been sharing an emotion with you, like how they felt about something or how they felt about you. And that could have been, maybe they didn't want to take accountability. Like you probably were expressing or sharing your love with them, but then they probably acted disinterested. But then we did see this, I couldn't let you get close to me. So maybe this person was, you know, not wanting to, the way I dropped that card, not really wanting to, because already I did a reading, and sometimes when it comes to emotions, it could be very overwhelming and somebody doesn't want to have the responsibility. So it's like you may have offered them your heart, you may have offered them your love, but they may have rejected you intentionally. Why can't I speak? They may have rejected you intentionally or unintentionally, you know? See, this card, like this person, I mentioned the reading I did earlier, and it's funny because this card and this card came out in the same, to clarify one card. And it's this person didn't want to be burdened with the heaviness of an emotional connection. So it could be that this person may have left you feeling rejected. Like you offered them something, but then it's like they didn't really care. They didn't really value it. They're like, oh yeah, you offer me that. Oh, that's great, you know, but I don't want it. You know, it's like, because of the burden, they feel like it would have been. Sometimes people think being in a relationship is a burden because in my mind frame, and I don't know if anybody else agrees, when you're with somebody, you also have to be careful. You're responsible for what you do that may make somebody feel a certain way. So you may be responsible for someone else's feelings in the sense that you may do something that may hurt them. So you're gonna have to be responsible with how you are showing up in a relationship and how you're emoting and interacting with somebody because you don't want to do or say something that may hurt the person that you love, you know? So that's how I am. That's how I think when it comes to love. You know, it could seem like a burden if someone isn't emotionally mature or open or ready to be responsible for someone. And I'm not saying that we're not responsible for our own feelings, but it's just a matter of being sensitive to other people's feelings and to the point where you're not intentionally doing stuff to hurt them. Sometimes we could do things that unintentionally hurt the people we love, but there's a difference when you're doing it on purpose, you know? And some people, they just want to be themselves. They don't want to have to filter themselves or feel like they had to minimize themselves in some way because they don't want to be responsible for harming somebody or hurting somebody emotionally. That's too many cards. Okay. So I know I messed up everything. What was everything? I want to know, like, what kind of connection was this? I know I messed up everything. These cards want to fall. Okay. I know I messed up everything. What is this? I know I messed up everything. I know I messed up everything. What is this? Oh, that card just came up. Okay. Those cards just flew out. Knight of Wands. Okay. Six of Cups. Justice. What I'm getting is that this person probably was coming off as selfish, like they were only thinking about themselves, thinking about being loyal to themselves, you know, only caring about themselves, you know. This is what I'm getting, that they didn't even consider their connection with you because this person's on their own. This is the Knight of Wands. So this person, sometimes the Knight of Wands is the passion knight. Like he only thinks about the good time, not the long time, right? He's in for a good time, not a long time. But, you know, maybe this person was, I don't know, not seeing the type of connection that they have with you, because with the Six of Cups, that's like the soulmate energy. This is past life love energy. This is like sharing memories with someone you know from childhood, someone where you share memories, you have nostalgia with them. It could be them reflecting on their actions, because the Knight of Wands is action oriented. All the knights are, but the Knight of Wands is the one that really takes action. You know, sometimes he's the type that goes back and forth, maybe running around. Hopefully this person wasn't dealing with other people, but I feel like this person knows they messed up everything because they weren't treating you fairly. They weren't giving the relationship a fair shake. It's what's coming out of my mouth. A fair shake, you know? Like, I feel like this person may have been just more focused on their own emotions than anybody else's. Because if you look at this card, this is the Page of Cups, and he's like nonchalant. Look at, he's, I know it looks like he's drinking. And right now, I typically don't say that he looks like he's drinking, but it looks like this is someone who's only thinking about themselves. You know, he may be sending out some sort of message, some sort of beacon, energy, song, something. He may be singing a song, but it's like he's focusing more so on, he may be coming off as a bit selfish, I would say, you know, thinking about himself, because typically the Page of Cups is someone who expresses emotions. But the Knight of Wands is more so about passion, not so much emotion. They're like motivated by adrenaline, not so much like feelings, like love and, you know, tenderness and stuff. It's more like, I want a good time. Like, just think about Speed Racer, you know? It's like that type of thing. I don't know. That's what's coming to my mind for some reason. This is so weird. Hi, Evie. How are you? So I feel like this person, it wasn't really giving the relationship a fair shake. They weren't seeing the relationship for what it was, and may have been, you know, Gosh, I think it's my hair making my face itch. Um, yeah, I feel like they weren't like there was some sort of imbalance when it came to this. There may have been an imbalance with. I'm just thinking more so fairness. They weren't fair to you. They weren't being fair to you. And I don't know if this has to do with something in the past. Maybe like sometimes, past relationships do have an impact on newer relationships where the person may compare and contrast the connection to past situations and maybe trying to do things to avoid certain situations so they don't have to deal with the same BS they dealt with before. But like, you can't be treating everybody the same. Maybe this person was treating you the same way they were treating other people. And they realized, no, I cannot be treating this person this way because this person is different. This connection is different. This is an important connection. This connection is different from anything is different from the past. This person could be immature. I mean, it definitely can be emotionally immature. Okay. What was it? Two of Swords. When I look at the bottom of the deck, I see the Two of Swords and Judgment in reverse. So it's like this person realized that they made a bad choice. They made a bad decision. They made a bad decision. And now they're starting to see things clearly. And underneath is the Queen of Swords. Someone who's logical, sees the truth, has integrity, air sign energy. But then we also have the Queen of Pentacles. Now someone is seeing clearly someone's value. This person probably chose somebody else. I don't know if there was a earth sign energy here with the air sign. I don't know if somebody chose to be with one person over the other, but then they realized they made a bad choice. It could be that. They made a wrong decision. So I want to know. I left when I saw you with someone else. I left when I saw you with someone else. It doesn't say that. It says I left when I saw you with someone. It could have been, well, it is someone else. If it's not you, they saw you. If you didn't see them with you, then it is someone else. So what is this? I left when I saw you with someone. Who did they see the collective with? Okay. Yeah, I think, this person thinks that you probably moved on, that you had some sort of new beginning. I felt like this person was trying to come back around because the world card was on the side. I think this person may have been trying to come back before they could, because remember the Judgment card, it was in reverse. That's indicating that somebody, to me, I read it as someone made a bad choice, right? But I think some of them may be wanting to come back around because I saw the Eight of Cups before. And I didn't share that with you, but that's something, but I'm seeing like this. It's like somebody doesn't want something to end. And they may have been trying to manifest you too. Maybe trying to manifest you. We got the World card is, I forget, I think it's Capricorn they say, but I'm not sure. It could be Capricorn or the fixed signs because I think it's the fixed signs. So Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. And then we have Gemini here. Then we have Libra with the Justice card. So I feel like this person probably was trying to come back around and they saw you with somebody and they're thinking that you're starting off a new beginning. Like you starting off, like whoever they saw you with, that you're starting over. And they may have been wanting to come back with the Four of Pentacles. But I think something held them back. That's why them seeing you with someone is what held them back. Because the Four of Pentacles is someone who doesn't take action. They just want to stay still. This is the energy of staying in your comfort zone, staying where you feel safe, staying where you feel secure. Because there's a level of security with the Four of Pentacles, right? In a typical tarot, you see the guy who's holding, they call it the miser of the tarot. Someone who's just like holding on to everything. They've established some sort of security, but then they see you with somebody new. Who they think maybe somebody new. For some of you, you may actually have moved on from this connection. You may have already met somebody, or you may be meeting somebody. But for some of you, you just could have been with somebody and they didn't know who that person was and made the assumption that you were starting over. And it's because they weren't sure, wherever they messed up, they're not sure if they could come back. If there was some sort of, this is tying back to my other reading from earlier, like there's some sort of unfinished business, because if this was on the upright, that's indicating that it's a close of a cycle. Like there was an ending, there was a break. And then that leads to the Fool, which is you're starting over. You're going into a new cycle, or going into a new journey. But the fact that it was on the side is indicating that this person wasn't sure if there was still an opportunity for them, if there was still an opening for them to come back, right? And this person may have been trying to manifest you in some way. And in their own mind, they may have felt like they weren't sure if it was working because the card was the side. They weren't sure if they were being successful with that manifestation, or they're unsure if that manifestation is even possible, if it would happen, whatever they're wanting to do, they don't know if it's actually going to happen. It's funny because I looked at the bottom of the deck and look, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is working together, coming to collaborating together, coming together to talk, work things out, right? But then you have the Seven of Cups, which is like confusion, options, not sure how to come forward. But then we have the Fool card in the reverse, indicating like there's like I said, the World card was like this. So this person doesn't, in their mind, they were thinking they could come back around, or they were hoping they could come back around. Like there wasn't no closure to the cycle. Like the cycle didn't close out and that they could return, or they were hoping that could be what the Magician was doing, trying to manifest, make sure that the relationship was still viable. If you and them could somehow work together and improve the relationship. But now this person may be confused because they're not sure who that person is they may have saw you with. And this could be your energy. This could be you. And then you saw them with somebody and then you felt like you had to put your guard up, But it's like somebody needs to gain a better perspective. Look at things from a different light, But I want to know about I couldn't let you get close to me. I hope this reading is helpful to someone in some way. Got the Five of Cups. This is interesting. Five of Cups. Somebody's just reminiscing, thinking about the past, wanting to move on, maybe come towards you, but they may feel like they don't have the opportunity anymore if they saw you with somebody, and it could be they still want to come forward and see if there's a possibility for a future together, or if there's a future within the connection in whatever capacity future means to this person or to you, because everybody has their own idea of what that is. So Three of Wands is someone who's taking some sort of action and waiting for the results. So I feel like this person may try to, despite this disappointment or perceived disappointment, because they're still holding on to the past and not reconciling with it, they may be on the mind frame of either taking some sort of action towards you, or just moving away and just cutting their losses. It could be different for everybody, So it's depending on Because Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Empress in reverse. Someone confident, taking leadership, ownership over their life, magnetic, attractive, but then feeling carefree. Like more like feeling more comfortable and confident with their emotions. But the Empress in reverse, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why the Empress is in reverse. Because typically the Empress is the pregnant. It's the divine feminine, divine. I don't think, like, when I said that, it just made me say it's like it's not a woman. It's not a woman. It's not a feminine. It's a masculine. When I said divine feminine, it was like, no. I think some of you may be dealing with a guy, like a masculine energy, you know? It's weird. A masculine energy. Yeah. Masculine energy. I don't, because I've seen this, right? It's making me think it's not a feminine, but because it's making me like, usually if you read the Empress in reverse, she's not like, she's like the smothering mother, you know? The one that's overbearing, it could be someone who's not a mother, who doesn't have kids, right? But in the negative sense, like if we look at cards in reversals, it's the opposite. The Empress is someone who is, she's embodies all the queens, but the fact that it's in the reverse, I, I keep going back to this is not a feminine energy. I think it's a masculine energy though, but that may be feeling like maybe in their feminine energy. You know what I mean? Like it's a masculine who is getting in touch with his sensitive side, softer side, being more open, you know? If we take the fact that these are feminine energies out, right? They're like, this is someone who's attractive, who's a leader, and emotionally available, emotionally mature, emotionally open with their feelings, sensitive. So this person might be in this energy. Because automatically, when I said divine, like I feel like some of you are dealing with masculines that may be in getting in touch with their feelings, getting in touch with their feminine side. But it could be same sex. It could be same sex too. Because we did have two queens show up one point, and then we have two queens showing up there. So it could be same sex situation as well. And that took a turn. I don't know why I looked at the bottom of the deck. I was just trying to get some more information. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting for that reading. So, because in the beginning, I feel like somebody was emotionally immature, like they didn't really see the connection for what it was, but they wanted to come forward. They were trying to come. I think this person attempted to come back, but they got stalled because they saw you with someone else. Or if this is your energy, you could have saw them with somebody else, and that stopped you from coming towards them. So take it as it resonates. But yeah, that Empress card in reverse confused the hell out of me. I gotta fix this deck. Let's see. I hope that reading resonated. It got a little weird in the end. Maybe I should have just stopped. I always try to dig, but then it can become confusing sometimes. So let's see. Let me fix these cards. And I'm going to start answering yes or no questions. So if your question can only be yes or no, if it's not yes or no, I'm not going to answer it. Because A yes or no question is a closed-ended question. And the way I answer is yes is upright and no is reversed. And if I feel inclined to explain why the card came out based on your question, then I'll explain why the card came out that way. So only answering yes or no questions. So the upright is a yes, reversals are no. Okay. So if you're a subscriber, you can feel free to ask your question in the chat. It's yes or no only. And only one question per person until I invite you again to ask another question. Okay, so hi everyone. I hope that reading was helpful in some way. I really do. Oh, because I know not everybody's in a heterosexual relationship. Sometimes people are in same-sex relationships. Okay, so let me get my tarot cards, the ones I want to use for the yes or no. I'm gonna reset them. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat. Only yes or no. If it's an will they no, not will they. You know, when will they call me back, or how do they feel about me? That's not yes or no. You have to be very specific with your question. So does this person care about me? Will this person text me? Will I get the job? That type of question. Yes or no only. I'm going to reset the cards because I did a yes or no earlier today. And I just want to kind of clear that up. Okay. So I see Opal's question. So the way I'm going to ask it is, will R be happy if Opal texts him first? So will R be happy if Opal texts him first? Hi, Opal. Hi, Anamika. Okay, so let me prepare the cards. So will R be happy if Opal texts him first? Will R be happy if Opal texts him first? Will R be happy if Opal texts him first? The cards are slippery. Will R be happy if Opal texts him first? Will R be happy if Opal texts him first? Will R be happy? I'm going to go with the first card I saw. Just going to put that back. So you got a yes. He would be happy if you text him first. You got two yeses with the devil card. So say yes, he will be happy if you text him first. Yeah, he'd be he'd be happy, Opal, with the yes. Just know what your intentions are, and what ours intentions are as well. Arr. Okay. He will be happy. Maybe very happy. Okay, does anybody else have a question? A yes or no question? Does anybody else have a yes or no question? Because if not, I'll go into another reading. Okay. So I'm going into the revealing the truth. You're welcome. You're welcome, Opal. Great. Let's see. What is the truth that the collective needs to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? What truth does the collective need to know at this time? Oh, that was a tarot card that was in there. That was 10 of Pentacles. That's funny. Okay, the first card we have is photography, photo, memory, souvenir card, then encounter, meet by chance, love at first sight, crush, sacrifice, ritual, worship, voluntary, dedication. Wow. Then the card's firm, wide awake, clean, decisive, and change, transformational, war, evolution. So photography, somebody's reflecting on memories, maybe looking at old photos, souvenirs, mementos that they have. This person may be thinking about when they first met you. It's interesting because the sacrifice card comes out and I feel like this is what's coming to my mind. I feel like when this person met you, when they first encountered you, it says, meet by chance, love at first sight, crush, right? This is kind of nice. This is nice what I'm getting because this person realized or knows, like when they first met you, when they first interacted with you, when they first encountered you, that they knew that you were going to be somebody that if they were going to be with you, that there were things that they would need to change, things that they would need to release. Because what I'm getting is like this person knows your value. This person knows your value. They see, like, I want to say top tier, right? It says top level, but I'm thinking top tier. This person knows that you're somebody who's very important. Someone who will be very important or is very important in their life. But like I said, there's something that this person knows that they need to release, that they need to sacrifice if they want to have some sort of connection with you. If it's like romantic, then this person may be wanting to have a role. They know there are certain things that they need to change, that they need to release, that they need to sacrifice. And this has to be a voluntary thing, not something that you give them an ultimatum, but a decision that they make on their own, like their own volition. They make this decision themselves. And honestly, I think that's like the best way because you really don't want to be telling people how to be for you. You know, they had to see that for themselves and do what they feel is right. You know, you could show them, you could show them different ways of being, But that doesn't mean they have to be that, you know? But this person may know that you're someone that they will have to change habits. They have to stop doing certain things. They have to change their mind, change their way of being, change their way of showing up, change their way of living because of, I don't know, this person, like, I feel like this person really sees your value. You know, they see you as somebody who is like, just, I don't know, maybe they put you on a pedestal. Maybe they think that you're someone who is like of royalty status because you see the crown there. They like see you as a queen, a king, a goddess, a god. They may see you in that way, and they feel like if they want to have you in their life, that there are certain things that they need to change. And that could be something that they're reflecting on too. They could be reflecting on who they are as a person and what things they need to sacrifice, what things they need to remove, release, let go of in order for them to, you know, be the type of person they feel would be worthy of being with you. You know what I mean? Like this person knows that they have to level up in some way. They feel inclined to. They feel, I want to say inspired to, in a way. Because the Firm card reminds me of the Queen of Swords. It could be a King of Swords, Queen of Swords, right? But it shows a feminine figure. It says wide awake, clean, decisive. This is someone who knows that they have to make they have to make very clear choices. Take very clear actions. Cut out what doesn't serve, what serves no purpose, what has reached its peak and needs to be cut away. You know what I mean? It's like they're aware, they're clear, they have some sort of epiphany that they have to make some changes. And these are changes that are for the long term, not just temporary changes. You know, it's in a way, it's an evolution and transformation for them. Just because they encountered you, and this could be you encounter somebody. You know, you may be encountering somebody, you may have encountered somebody who's inspiring you to be the best version of yourself, you know, to like, you could reflect on the past, take the lessons from it and move away from them. No longer let them hold you back, chain you down in some way, you know, because sometimes, like whenever I see the photography card, it's like memories, nostalgia, you know, it could be like somebody that you met in the past and they could be reflecting on your connection and how you inspired them or helped them change, right? But it could be somebody new that you're encountering, you know? Look, I just picked up this love deck and look, there's a butterfly there and a butterfly here. We just had the full moon in Scorpio, you know, and so maybe some of you or this person feels inspired. They're making some sort of change. They're choosing how to do things differently for themselves, you know. And like I said, this person, I feel this to me, like I'm getting good vibes from this. Like this person encountered you, but they feel like they had to make sacrifices, but it's more like sacrifices that are beneficial to them. And sacrifices that they get to choose to make. It's not like they're being forced to do it. It's voluntary. And it's like I said, it's like it says here, dedication, ritual, worship, voluntary, you know. I don't know if this person like worships the ground you walk on or something. I don't know how it doesn't have to be like sometimes you could be inspired by somebody and it not be in a romantic way. It could just be like you really, you know, you meet somebody and they really make you reflect on the person you are, the person you used to be, or the person you want to become. They're an inspiration. So they may see you that. It's made me think about the song for the sentence, "You're my inspiration." That song popped up in my mind right now. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else comes out. What else? So The only reason why I'm doing this reading is because no one else has asked a question. So let me see something. Just want to go in here, close that out. All right. So I'm gonna clarify each card with one card, and we'll just see what comes out that way. Not do like a super clarification. Just keep it more like a straightforward reading. Ooh. I have my timing cards, and we see encounter, and I want to know, let's see if we can figure out how this resonates. Like, let's say we could get a time frame, we could get a season, we could get a month. Let's just see what comes out for encounter. When did this encounter happen? I want to know when this encounter happened. Hopefully this card is Spirit. I want you to help me with this, okay? Tell me about this encounter. Tell me about this encounter. When did this encounter occur? Or when will this encounter occur? Okay, that card doesn't help. So that doesn't help me. Okay, for some of you, this, like, okay, can I get a, like, come on. Can we get something, Spirit? Can you help a sister out? No, I'm not taking that one because you didn't come out. When did this encounter occur, or when will this encounter occur? No. Spirit doesn't want to tell me. But we got something. It says next full moon. So the next full moon is going to be on May 31st. And that moon is going to be in Sagittarius. So it's going to be a blue moon. All right. And the reason why it's a blue moon is because it's going to be 2 full moons within 1 month cycle. Within 1 month. Within 30 days, or 31 days, because May has 31 days. Within 1 month, calendar month, you have 2 full moons. The first full moon is just a regular moon, you know, whatever sign it's in. Like we just had one May 1st in Scorpio, right? And it was there from May 1st to May 2nd. And then the next full moon we're going to have is in Sagittarius, and that's going to be May 31st. So that could be it. But it's funny, the other cards were like, timing is pushed back due to blockages. Timing is much farther in the future. Like it was like not, and then not in this lifetime. I was like, can you help a sister out? And they're like, not in this lifetime. So, I mean, it could be this month. You may be meeting somebody, or this encounter, whatever encounter you had, it may have happened last May. So I would say May may be a significant month. Or maybe this year, this May, you may be meeting somebody. Or it could be an encounter you had last May. I hope that helps. I just wanted to see if those cards would tell me anything. They didn't. Other than the full moon. So May. So it could be Taurus or Gemini, because the moon in Sagittarius on the 31st, that's going to be in Gemini. That's going to be in during Gemini season. So it could be Taurus season or Gemini season, or last Taurus or Gemini season. Okay. So tell me, what is this photography card? Do I want to clarify this though? I like the reading as it is. I don't think I want to clarify. One card just popped out. It says the star. That card just, just popped out. Yeah, this is somebody that when they encounter you, you're either going to be like a wish for them, a wish come true. But you could be also someone who inspires them to do some sort of healing, some sort of make the necessary changes so that they can transform their lives, you know? You see here, there's a ritual. Like whenever I see this card, it shows someone who's doing some sort of ritual, you know? So there may be some sort of ritual where this person may be doing something during a full moon, it could be a new moon cycle, or just doing some sort of manifestation, lighting candles. It's just some sort of ritual. It could even be a self-care ritual. This is Aquarius. So somebody could have Aquarius in their chart. But the star card is about getting in touch with your emotions, getting in touch with the emotions of other people, being aware, being connected to yourself, but also to the collective, you know? Maybe this person feels like you're a part of some sort of healing process where they're maybe healing something within themselves that may in turn heal how they are showing up in the world, even how they're interacting with the world, and how they allow people to interact with them, to treat them. It could be something like that. 10 of Cups, yeah. About their happiness. Maybe this person has not been in the best place, maybe hasn't been the most happy, but then maybe you're showing them a different way of being where they can find happiness, maybe reconnecting with their inner child, maybe reconnecting with their family, their soul family, their actual biological family. And even look, to the sacrifice card came out, right? And, you know, I was talking about habits, making changes, something that they had to change within themselves. Maybe some sort of toxicity, things that were interfering, things getting in the way, you know, blockages. And remember, blockages. This person may have had a lot of personal blockages that may have delayed things in their life. But now they know that this is something that they have to change internally, and that you may be some sort of inspiration in that way. But it could be a romantic reading, but it could also be, I mean, because the encounter, it implies that, you know, you see these people are getting close and intimate. But I feel like this is about them connecting. You may be helping this person, or they may be helping you connect better with yourself, your internal connection, but then you connecting with somebody else, or connecting with the world, connecting with other people, connecting with your family, reconnecting with your friends, family, your community, you know? But even reconciling stuff internally, you know? It could be that. So I'm going to leave that reading there. Okay, and Amika, it has to be a yes or no question. That's the only way I read for people. So what's your yes or no question, Anamika? Hi, Peter, how are you? Hey, Anamika, I just saw your message, hey. So you could put a yes or no question in the chat and I'll answer that for you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader, as you can see. So I answer yes or no questions, but the yes is upright, no is reversal. So it has to be a yes or no question. Those are the only ones. Okay, so Anamika just asked the question. Okay, will there be a reunion between Jaspal and Anamika? Will there be a reunion between Jaspal and Anamika? Okay. Will there be a reunion between Jaspal and Anamika? Will there be a reunion between Jaspal and Anamika? Will there be a reunion between Jaspal and Anamika? I had to take 2 cards out because the the card that came out was 2 of Cups and it came out as a no. And then I took out another card and it said no. I don't know if somebody's being sneaky or someone is sabotaging the connection in some way. You says no contact. I don't know what happened to calls. But it's like there seems to be a lot of burden. So whatever is going on that caused the burden, you need to work through that. Whatever you went through in the past or talked about in the past or whatever the issue was in the past, you have to work through that. Until that gets worked through, then it's a no. It's a no. So there has to be some sort of communication, and someone may need to be honest about something if there was any deception. I hope that helps, Anamika. Oh my gosh. Super. Okay, remember it's only 1 question per person, okay? Hello, Supra. Okay, let's see Supra's question. You're welcome, Anamika. Let's see Supra's question. Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday? Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday? Was Lippy happy talking to? Oh my gosh. Okay. Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday? Yesterday evening. Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? Was Lippy? I just want 1 card, Spirit. Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? 1 card only. Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? Was Lippy happy talking to Supra yesterday evening? I'm having a hard time with this one because the first card that came out was no. It's saying no about the communication. And then we had the Hangman coming out in the upright. And then I asked if they were happy. I think they're having I don't know why I did that, but I felt called to do it. I don't know if what they're thinking, honestly. I don't know what they're thinking. But it's like it's saying no, but it's like it's because it has to do with a perception, the way they see things. I feel like this person's inconsistent, you know? Suva, I feel like this person's inconsistent. They're hot and cold with you. I feel like it's yes or no. And I'm looking at the bottom of the deck and it's like a bunch of no's. Like, I feel like this person's inconsistent with you. And I think that's why you have to trust your intuition, because I honestly, Suva, I don't know if this is I don't know if you're feminine or masculine. I don't know. I can't tell by your name. I can't tell by Lippy's name either, because I don't know. But this person is inconsistent, you know? They're hot and they're cold, you know? They go both ways. Like I'm hoping that this person isn't like, I don't know what to say to this. I just feel like this person is back and forth. You will know what that means. And I think the fact that you ask if somebody's happy to talk to you, you can tell if somebody's happy to talk to you. You shouldn't have to ask. And if you're asking, it's because you're not sure. And if you're unsure, it's because there's a lot of confusion, you know? And as long as I've known you to be on my channel, you always ask about Lippy. Always, always, always. And like from the past readings, I don't really think, I don't have a good opinion about Lippy. So I may be the last person that you need to ask. I don't have a good opinion about Lippy right now. Yeah, I really don't know. I feel like Lippy is inconsistent, you know? She baffles me. Because I feel like it's like yes or no. She's like talking to you, then she doesn't like talking to you. Well, I'm going by past readings. Okay. I'm sorry, Suvra. Hi, Queen of Truth. How are you? Does anybody else have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? Hi, do you have a question? A yes or no question? Queen of Truth? So if anybody else has a question, put it in the chat. I'm going to start another reading, a separate reading. If you have to ask, you already know. Let me reset the cards and then I'll answer your question, Queen of Truth. Let's see. I'll find out for you. I just got to reset these cards. Okay. I need to bring back my other Rider White cards because these cards are too slippery for me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. You know, I feel the same way too about certain people. Like I question, like, should I trust them? But this is how I gauge how much shit they tell me that's bad that I know they know they shouldn't be doing and they let me know. If they tell me all the bad stuff that they do, it's like, okay. You know all their secrets and stuff. Okay, let's see. Should the Queen of Truth trust her female co-worker? I don't know how to say her name. Should the Queen of Truth trust her female co-worker D? Should the Queen of Truth trust her co-worker D? Yeah, I got 3 cards that came out for you, right? So they're both saying yes. And this one's like some sort of, I don't know if there was some sort of betrayal or ending or something like that. But I feel like usually when they say Ten of Swords, it's like an ending is some sort of betrayal. I feel like with these 2 yeses and the fact that one of the yeses is a sun, I feel like she is someone that you could trust. I don't know if she's an earth sign. Like she's someone very grounded, stable. It could be something like that, but I feel like it's yes. Like you can trust her, you know? Like with this in reverse is like she's not gonna backstab you. This is what I'm getting. Just from that. Like she's a Cancer? Okay. Okay. Queen of Pentacles with us. So but she's somebody's coming off as grounded, stable, reliable, and maybe even positive. But I feel like it's a yes. But like what I'm getting is like she doesn't seem like she like with the sun card is like the most, it's like the best card of the deck, they say, and it overpowers any of the other decks. I feel like this is like someone that she may be somebody you can trust, you know? Like she won't be somebody that will backstab you. But if, you know, if you feel like there's certain things that you're not sure about, you know, maybe you could test her. No. Yeah. So you have Leo and the Queen of Pentacles, could be any earth sign. You said she's a Cancer, a Cancerian. So no, I don't remember George. I don't. It's been a while since I've. Okay. I hope that helps, Game Truth. Sound like she won't backstab you. I'm only gonna answer the first question, Pixie. So will Raghav reunite with Shipra? Will Raghav reunite with Shipra? Will Raga reunite with Shipra? Will Raga reunite with Shipra? You're welcome, Queen of Truth. Will Raga reunite with Shipra? Will Raga reunite with Shipra? So, Shipra is saying yes, right? That Raghav will come back. Yes, he will reunite with you. But I don't like what I'm getting, and I'm going to be honest. He may be coming back, but I don't think it's something that's going to be growing, that it's going to be stable, it's going to have a future because you got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like, yes, Shipra is going to be coming back, but it's not going to be something that's going to be long term. So it kind of answers the other question you had about third party removed. It might be because that person's still around. That's what I'm getting, because the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's like he's saying, yes, he's coming towards you, but he's not coming towards you with something that's going to be something solid, a solid offer, something that you could grow, have a long-term relationship, something that is stable, something that that's worth investing in. You know, so I feel like if he comes back around, he may not be coming back around for the best intentions. And then that third person may still be involved. I hope that helps you, Pixie Gaming. I'm sorry, Shipra. George I don't know. I'm trying to remember. You're welcome. You're welcome. Shipra. I'm trying to remember George. I don't know if this is the person that invited you out, that wanted to go out with you, Queen of Truth? Or was this somebody like that was a friend that wanted to go out with you? I'm trying to remember. I know some people, I remember the person they were talking about because they keep asking about the same person. It gets ingrained in my mind. And it's like, oh no. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, Queen of Truth. It was somebody who, that was a friend that invited you out. I think you asked if you should go out with him. I could be wrong. All right. Let's see. If anybody else has a question, you could put it in the chat. I'm only answering one question per person, you know? Okay. Let's see. I want to do something a little different because I have these affirmation cards. And like I said earlier in the reading, I curse. So listen, bitch. If you get offended by being called the BATCH word, I'm not calling you that. That's what the cards say, okay? So don't be offended, okay? I know some people don't like cursing, but I curse, you know? If I was to do a personal reading for you and you paid me, I will make sure not to curse. But since this is free, you get me as I am. You take me as I am, you know? Okay, so I want to get some affirmation cards for you. Let's see. It says, I'm going to change. I'm not going to call it listen, even though it says that. Listen. Listen, B. Okay? Listen, witch. That sounds better. Let's do witch. Listen, witch. Or warlock. Okay, what message does the collective need to know? Spirit, what affirmation do you have? Okay. So I got 3 cards. 3, just so you know, I love working with the number 3, you know? Oh, we have the card at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to read the first card. It says, listen, witch, your ending is still unwritten. It's never too late to create the life you love. It's never too late to create the life you love. And then the other card is, listen, witch, everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. This is Magician card. You have all the tools. You have the drive. You have the creativity, imagination. You have the passion, the intellect. And so you may, and the resources, skills. Skills are resources. You may even have the financial resources, you know, or whatever you need that's tangible. Like say you want to create a YouTube channel, right? You have a phone, you have some sort of device that you're able to watch this live stream. So that same device, if it has a camera and a microphone, will also allow you to create your own channel. So, you know, just use what you have and then build upon it, you know? But you have all the tools. You have them within you as well. It does say inside of you, right? But also you may have them external, like tangible tools. Don't water yourself down for anyone. Me, not cursing. They can take all of you or nothing at all. Didn't I say that you take me as I am, especially since it's free reading? Yeah, but don't water yourself down. Be your authentic self. The people who are meant for you will accept you for who you are. They wouldn't try to mold you and manipulate you or shape you into something that isn't you, into something that they want you to be. Anyone who does that, and I mean in the sense that they want to make you smaller, those are people that you don't want to be around. 717 says 117, 717. Some of you may be seeing that number. 717 may be significant to you in some way. Yeah, don't water yourself down. But I would like to clarify your ending is still unwritten. It's never too late to create the life you love. Create the life you love. Create the life you love. Let's see what comes out with the Listen Witch cards. Your ending, your ending is still unwritten. It's never too late to create the life you love. Oh my gosh. I was going to start speaking in a Scottish accent. It's never too late. Look at this. The Wheel of Fortune came out. You know, you just have to this is about thinking positively. You know, taking the necessary steps to change things, especially if you're unhappy with them. You know, like it says, your ending is still unwritten. Like you still have many opportunities that may be coming towards you. There may be many opportunities that you can create yourself, you know, because it is your own life. You get to decide what areas of your life that you want to change, what areas of your life you want to improve, or what areas of your life that you want to move away from, you know, turn away from. With the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like being positive, thinking positively, remembering that you have that power. Like it says, everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. So if there's certain things that you aren't happy about in your life, or if you have this vision of your life, there's certain things that you need to do, maybe certain things that you need to change that will allow you to create the life you love. You know, you have to start thinking about what is it that you can do differently, that isn't working for you, that isn't in some way blocking you from moving towards what you see for yourself, what life you want for yourself, or even doing the things that you want to do. And like, what obstacles are you allowing to get in your way? Some of you could have experienced some sort of ending, some sort of disruption. It may have happened unexpectedly, but it might be coming out or maybe happening for your favor, because anything that is a tower, anything that collapses means that it was built on a faulty foundation. So if it wasn't going to fall or collapse now, it was eventually going to collapse. So with this, there may be something that you may be already seeing that is not stable. This is an opportunity for you to make necessary changes to restabilize something, especially if you're not happy with where it is. If you're not happy that it is something that's seemingly going to collapse, that's seemingly going to fall apart, you know? Oh, thank you, sis. I see that number a lot. personally, myself. So I have to remind myself that too. And thank you, sis. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune in the Tower. There's certain things that need to change. Like this may be something that you can prevent from falling apart, but if it's meant to, if it's something that you're not even happy with, just let the like chips fall as they may, you know? And I think like this kind of looks like a chip, like when you go play poker, like the poker chips. So it's like if it's something that you're not happy, just let it collapse. See where everything lands and decide where, like, what you're gonna do with this new landscape that you have. You know, this is an opportunity for you to rebuild, but the way you want to rebuild on a solid foundation for yourself. An opportunity to do things over, but do things differently. Oh, I hope you're doing well, sis. I've been reading your Substack. I've been reading, I just remember the website. It's called Substack. I was reading that this morning too, and all your messages. It had me thinking a lot. Oh, look at 717 again. 7 people here with 17 likes. So it's like you have an opportunity to do something that you love, to create the life you love. You know, even if something collapses, it's just an opportunity for you to start over, but start off with experience. You know, do things differently. You know what works, and then you already know what you can do differently to rebuild. Okay, let's see. Scorpio. Like you have the power of choice, you know. With the Lovers card showing up, you have the choice. You have the power of choice. You get to decide how this ending is going to be written. Is it going to be a restart, or is it just going to be like a blank slate new beginning? And I mean restart where you're like going back to something, returning to something, but then trying to rebuild it, or you're just cutting something off completely and starting off from scratch. But it's depending on how the situation is for you, you know, because is this something that's worth putting in the effort to try to rebuild? Or is this something that you just need to cut your losses and think of how you can move or take action towards the life that you truly want for yourself? If you were completely dissatisfied with something, some sort of ending that came after a Tower. You know, and it's funny that this is something major because there's a lot of major arcana here. So some of you have already gone through something, a very serious life change. But then now it's like you get to decide what your next step is. You know, what your next move is. Start a new cycle. Trying to find the right words to say it. Either from scratch or just try to repair something. Okay. Everything you need to get it done is already inside you. Everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. Like I'm thinking magician, you know, the magician, he has the power, he has the tools to manifest whatever it is that they want, what you want. We're all magicians in our own life, you know? And I think that some of us, we have to realize that the choices that we make indicates what kind of oh my gosh, words are escaping me now. Outcome you have. That's going to determine the choices you make determines the outcome, you know? Yes. I know I was feeling it with that full moon in Scorpio. I felt it. It's like epiphanies. Some of you may be having epiphanies about certain things that you need to change. maybe some of you have been going through a cycle, repeating the same things over and over again, but it gets to a point when that wheel just, it gets rickety and it's just like things start falling out, it starts falling apart, and it's because whatever you've been doing has already served its purpose and is no longer useful to you. You have to try a different method. You have to do things differently, So some of you have to allow like the Knight of Wands comes out, and this is someone who goes after what drives them. And I mentioned the Magician has like passion, the drive to go after what they want, right? We all have that. It's just a matter of where are we directing that energy towards, right? So the Knight of Wands, he's putting his energy or their energy towards whatever inspires them, whatever inspires them. But it's also, I would say it's also you having to trust yourself. Trust that you have everything you need to get whatever it is that you want, I got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. And the bottom is Six of Swords. Like the Six of Cups is about the past, the nostalgia, childhood. It could even be the past version of yourself that you need to move away from. The person you were before is not needed for wherever you're headed. It's some sort of personal evolution, a change that you may be experiencing that no one else can identify it but you, because it's happening within you. This can be an internal change. And as this says, it's a shift. It's some sort of shift that some of you may be experiencing. And that maybe some of you are realizing the person you were before isn't who's needed in this new cycle, this new phase of your life. Maybe a part of you may have been complacent, maybe just allowing that internal conflict that you may have experienced to keep you stuck, but now it's reaching a point where you now have to start taking decisive action and pursuing things that you're passionate about, allowing your passion to drive you towards whatever it is, whatever life you want to create for yourself. Six of Cups. So it's like you moving away from this past version of yourself. Hopefully you're not romanticizing the past. Hopefully you're not romanticizing the past, because sometimes we tend to do that, but then that keeps us stuck and trapped. And it doesn't allow us to move forward. Oh, wow, for real? Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being here. I was talking earlier about in the reading, somebody that inspires you, and you being here, you're inspiring me to be better, like a better reader. Yeah, the Six of Swords came out again. Yeah, moving away from this past version of yourself, Like there may have been, like I said, complacency, but that has kept you stuck and stagnant. But now you have to move away from that, but go towards this new way of being. I know sometimes, like for me, like when we could get passionate, we could get overexcited about something, but then we start to over-intellectualize it. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate you. Yeah, so yeah. You have, yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Like it's hard to make that change. Maybe this could be the identity that's falling apart, Like that person you thought you had to be, like somebody said, people pleasing. We can't please everybody, because then that keeps us stuck too. That takes away from I remember I did a reading and I said something about you don't want to be wasting your energy, your time making somebody else's dreams come true. What about your dreams? They matter too. We're not slaves. We're not here to build other people's dreams up. We came with a purpose. We all have our life purpose, our mission, but most of us slave away helping other people make their dreams come true, but then we forget about our own. So this is like a wake-up call. Like some of you, if you've not been allowing yourself, like you've been limiting yourself, this could be limiting beliefs and thoughts. Maybe you don't see how much you have to offer, how much power that you have. And like I said, you have the choice. We have to choose to see our own power, and some of you, it may be scary, because some of you may be thinking about how other people may perceive you, but the thing is like, forget what everybody else is thinking. We're not here to please other people. We're not here to be what other people need us to be. We're here to be ourselves. And the people that are meant for us, they will find us and they will accept us. They won't want us to water ourselves down. They wouldn't want us to water ourselves down. They have to accept us for who we are. If they don't, then they know where they could go kick rocks. We shouldn't minimize ourselves just to be, just to fit into other people's mold or expectations. They could take all of us or nothing. It's making me think about that phrase, like you say I'm too much, but maybe you're just not enough. If you're too much for them, it's because they're not enough for you. The people that will accept you, they wouldn't want you to minimize yourself in any way. And they wouldn't want you to want them to minimize yourself. It's about accepting yourself too, accepting yourself, because that's the only way, like, no, if people don't like who I am, then they could, you know what I mean? We're not here to please other people, and I think that's one of the ways we've been conditioned, and we have to move away from that. Like everybody else is living the good life and then we're suffering because we feel like we can't be ourselves. It's not fair. That's the biggest disservice we'll ever do to ourselves, is by not being our true, authentic selves. And one of the ways we do that too is, like somebody mentioned, people pleasing. We're not, like, sometimes you can't play nice, You can't let people walk all over us. Okay. This is about finding the right people. Don't water yourself down for anyone. They can take all of you. They could take all of you or nothing at all. So this is about people accepting who you are, but you also accepting who you are and not trying to minimize yourself, because that's the first thing. Because once you show up as your true self, they have the choice to accept you or not. And if they don't, they could go kick rocks somewhere else and go find people that are just like them. But this is about finding people who celebrate you, you celebrate each other, but you also inspire each other to be the best, to be your best. It's about collaborating with the right people. You're not always going to be collaborating. Like, not everybody's going to want to work with you. But then the people that don't work with you, you obviously don't work with them because there's nothing going to work. The Four of Pentacles. No longer holding back. No longer holding yourself back. Especially if you feel like you're lacking in some way. That's one thing you have to remove from your mind too. It's because this card, everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. You have to you have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You may do things differently than everybody else, but that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. You're doing it the way, with what you have, what already exists inside of you. As you keep going, you start to develop more skills, more abilities, more strength, more confidence, but it's just, you have to give yourself the chance to do that, and don't think that the life that you want isn't possible. It's just, you have to remember to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be true to yourself. Don't hold back anymore. Death card, yeah. That part of you, that has to stop. That part of you needs to no longer exist. So some of you may have already been undergoing this transformation. You may have already been feeling this way, and maybe confused about what your next step is. The Tower comes after, what is it? The 16. What comes after that? This Temperance, the Devil. The Devil. Yeah, whatever your devil is, that has to be released. It's usually fear. Fear is the biggest deterrent. Fear is the biggest deterrent, you know? But that's something that has to end. You have to release that part of yourself. Whatever fear you have, fear of not being good enough, imposter syndrome is coming to mind, feeling that you're lacking, that's just a mindset. You have to look at everything you've experienced so far in your life, because experience is our teacher. Our emotions are our teacher as well. But then you have to also, like I said, you have to trust yourself and go with what inspires you, what drives you, what lights a fire under you. But also moving away from the person that you used to be, releasing this person that you used to be, the person that minimized themselves, the one that always was the peacemaker, but always felt like they never had peace. When you start to accept yourself and not minimize yourself in any way, this is what's going to bring you peace, because you're removing all these burdens that other people put on you, these expectations, these standards, these belief systems that don't align with you anymore, that limited you. That has to end, because like I said, we were all created to live in our own purpose. We're not here to make other people's dreams come true. We could help each other with our dreams come true, but that doesn't mean we abandon ourselves, abandon our dreams, Really? Oh. It's like these past years, like I lost my grandmother and my brother, and grandmother's the oldest person in the family, and my brother was my youngest brother. And it's like, life is too short, I think the people that have left this earth, they will want us to do everything we're meant to do to make sure that we're happy, that we're living on our purpose, that we're not sacrificing ourselves for anything or anyone anymore. I think we're meant to be happy. We're not meant to be slaves. And slave doesn't necessarily have to do anything with work, but it could be a slave to this idea of what people expect us to be. And if we're constantly feeling like we have to show up in a certain way, then we're a slave to them. But we're abandoning ourselves in the process. We're disempowering ourselves. Yes. I belong to me, you belong to you. I like how the siren's going off outside. But also in the bottom of the deck, we have take some time to enjoy the things you worked hard for, Like everything that you've done so far is something that you should celebrate. You shouldn't minimize it in any way too. I know I catch myself doing that sometimes, but the thing is, it's like all the time, energy, and effort is proof that you can accomplish things, right? But also it's proof that you can accomplish in creating the life you want for yourself. You've already did some sort of work. You followed some sort of guidelines. You did what you had to do. But now it's a matter of you now doing what you want to do, what you feel like allows you to be authentic or true to yourself, living your full purpose, the reason why you're here. I'm having trouble. There's something else I want to say, but I can't verbalize it right now. Live fully. That's something I keep live fully. Live to your fullest potential. I think that's what I want to say. So no matter whatever things you worked hard for, no matter how big or small, they should be celebrated. There are accomplishments that you've made, no matter how big or small. The time, energy, effort that you put towards something means something. Because when you accomplish something, is because at that moment, that whatever you accomplished meant something to you at that moment. It may not be that way. You may not feel that way about something now that you did then. Like, you may not feel the same way, but that doesn't negate the fact that you took the time, energy, and effort to accomplish something. That should be a reminder to you that you could take the time, effort, and energy to create the life that you want for yourself, the life that you love, just as long as you're not watering yourself down, and that you believe that everything, like I said, the accomplishments you made is proof that you have everything you need to get it done. It's just proof of that for you. I like this card at the bottom. It says, if you can't find a way, carve your own effing path. Sometimes you're going to have to create your own way of doing things. Sometimes you can't do what everybody else does or how everyone else has done something. It's about creating your own new path, creating a new way of being, a new way of doing, And in that sense, you can in turn inspire other people to try something different and in a different way. Because you may have the life that you want to live, you want to pursue something, right? But it may not be in the same path that everyone else has taken. This is about you taking your own path. You're going on your own journey. You're going to go through your own experiences that are going to be unique to just you, because we're all different, And even though we could go through similar experiences, the impact of the experience is different because of us individually, of everything we've experienced prior to that, from our youth, our level of resilience, our level of perseverance, our level of courage or confidence. That determines how unique our journeys are, And regardless of what you do, and you do it, you could go down the same path someone else does, or you could create your own way of doing things. But regardless, it's still going to be your path because it's unique to you. The impact may be different, but the outcome may end up being the same. Ultimately, you reaching whatever goal you're trying to reach, accomplishing that specific goal. You know what I mean? I hope that does make sense. It makes sense to somebody. Okay, I love this because in the bottom of the deck, the Listen Witch deck, it says you can either worry or believe. Oh wait, you can either worry or believe in yourself. Guess which one feels better? Which one feels better? I don't like worrying. It's stressful. I don't like that feeling. It's not a good feeling. But like I told you, you have a choice. This is your choice. You get to choose. Are you going to worry or are you going to believe in yourself? And I was saying that you have to believe any accomplishment you've made is proof that you have everything you need to get it done. You have everything you need inside of you. You just have to believe in yourself, and remember, you have the power of choice. You get to choose if you're going to be worrying and stressing and holding yourself back, or are you going to work? Are you going to move away from this version of yourself that no longer serves you and go towards whatever happiness, whatever goal, whatever passion, pursuit you have, this new version of yourself? You get to decide. It's your choice. I want to be corny and I want to say this, but I don't care. I am corny sometimes. I'm sentimental. I hope you choose you. That's what I want to say. I hope you choose you. I hope you choose you. All right, I'm going to end the reading there. I love the way this reading came out. It was also a reminder for me too. I hope this reading resonates with you in some way and in the best way possible. Thank you, sis. I really love this message. I really do. That full moon in Scorpio really like it had me thinking, and I'm like, I'm too old to be doing certain things, and I'm only 43 years old, but still, it's like certain things. I'm like, I'm just like sick and tired of this. You know, there's certain things I need to change, and I know that other people are going through the same thing too. I'm sending you lots of love, sis. Thank you so much for being here. I thank you. I thank everyone for being here too. You know, for listening to this last message. I feel like I hope this message reaches someone. If they watch the replay later on, feel free to share the message with anyone you think might resonate with it. I think we all need to be reminded how powerful we are and that we can have everything that we want. But we also have to believe in that, but we also have to believe that we're worthy of receiving it, you know? I think that's the most important thing. You know, as long as you hold on to this idea that you don't deserve something, then you're blocking yourself from blessings, you know? And you're doing yourself a disservice. You know, you don't like, we all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to live a life that we're proud of. And when we reach our deathbeds, hopefully we're proud of the lives we live in. We are not living, we don't feel like there's anything we regretted, that we've done the best we could, and that we made as many of our dreams come true as possible, and that we are leaving the earth the person that we were born to be, not what anybody else created or manipulated us into being. So I hope everybody, you know, allows themselves to be their full authentic self and live in their purpose. So I hope everyone has a good evening ahead. Thank you, sis, again for being here. I really do appreciate you so, so much. And hi, Marcia, how are you? Hi, Terrell. So I'm going to be ending the reading here. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day or evening ahead, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.